to the corner. Then look to the other corner, opposite corner. Push. Step along that line to move. Then step and sword in front of you and to the left a little. Step and sword across around behind your body, protecting your body. And then chop. Fair lady wears shuttles. Okay. So again. Prepare. Opening. 7 stars. Step back. Ride the tiger. Take the saber. Push. Stand up. Oops. Step. Push to the side. Thrust. Big circle. Push. 2 steps. Push. Then 2 sides divide. Push down, step, cut up. This is white crane. 5-element palm. Big circle. Strike. Back. Turn. Step. And touch the ring. And then out to the back right corner. Thrust. Then look to the opposite corner. Push. Step. 1 step. 2 steps. 3 steps. Chop. Okay. Remember when you chop that we chop and start with your tip hanging down a little bit. Okay, kind of relax. Then pull on the handle, pull down, and then let the tip go forward. Stop it when it's 45-degree angle and your arm is 45-degree angle. So chop. Okay, so we have chop. All right. So try to get, I'll do it slow. Chop, see, kind of tucked back. Then the tip goes chop and stop, right? Keep it down, keep this angle small. Chop. Okay, it's got this part first. The first part is like pull down. The second part is the tip comes out. Okay? So try to time it like that, and that will look good. Okay, that will be good. So if you chop firewood or something, I think it's something like that. Okay, it's that type of feeling. That's chopping, right? So you know how to do that. That's the feeling. If you just hold it like this and just your whole arm goes, that doesn't have any energy. Okay, that's like hammering man or something. Okay. Right, so the difference with sword, if you know the sword, some of us don't know either, is a sword is that we would pull down and then the tip would go and you go and pull your hand up and make the tip go down and it would be straight with your arm. So that would be the sword, chop, okay? But for us, we just stop halfway down, okay, right there. 90-degree angle with your arm. Okay. Okay, any questions on anything so far?
Hi, I just would like to make sure we review last week's move with the count after we push out, the footwork and the arm coordination.
Right, okay. Yeah, all right, so your left toe points to the corner, your saber points to the other back corner from there, your left hand is pointed toward that corner, you're looking to that corner, and your knee points straight. Then you look to the opposite corner and bring your hand across your chest, and from there, strike out, push out. Then, I'm going to hit something. Here, maybe. Then, one is stepping. One, step. Okay, sit and step. And here's a good time to turn over the sword, over the saber. So here is palm edge down, and now like tip a little bit down. Okay, you can't see the angle. It's just kind of rolled over. Okay, not a big, not hanging down yet. So anyway, roll the sword over. That's one step. One. Okay, two steps. Two. And at the same time, then you swing it around, big circle, from the right to the left, and step. And you fold at your left shoulder. You're going to turn, keep your arm kind of in place, and step. Okay. Three, the third step, circle behind you. Now the tip is hanging down. So from here, the tip is hanging down, hanging down. Now you're protecting your back when you swing it around behind you, your back and your neck and your head. Okay, the back of you. So that's three steps. And when you do this, you turn your body to the right, and your arm sort of, then it opens, your left arm opens. Then four, chop. And you, from here, ward off up. It should be in the crossing the center line. Ward off up. And chop. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 steps and chop. Okay, so let's try it again. I can't see it. I have a piano over here. I have to be careful. I don't want to hit my piano. Okay, so from here. First look and push out. Then sit and step. 1, 2, step. And circle to the left. 3, circle behind you and step. This is wide for a bow stance. Then 4, chop. Okay. Let me do it one more time. We'll do it together if you want to do it. And then I'll watch you do it. You can do it a few times on your own. I'll watch you. So from here. First look and push. Then step. 1, 2, step. 3, step. Chop. Okay? All right, so you do it. Just from just that one part. And do it on your own. Just do it and then do it again. Keep doing it. Okay, so I want one little correction for some of us. You're like this. Okay, this is before the chop. I want you to do it like this. I'll do it slow. Chop. It's the same time. Okay, so it's not ward off and then chop. It's step, chop. Chop and ward off together. So do it some more. Okay. DJ, I can only right now see your head. I can see your head and the tip of the saber. So it would be hard for me to make corrections to you that way. If you're able to adjust your phone or tablet or whatever. Yeah, that'd be better. Okay. Let's see. Well. Okay, Alan, that's pretty good. I want you to try this. I want you to try to have the saber, when it goes around, you be hanging down a little bit more. So don't swing it around with the tip out. Try to hang it down. So when you bring it from here, you turn it over, and when you swing it forward, relax. Relax your wrist, okay? And let it hang down. Swing it around that way, okay? Yes, one up and one down at the same time. There you go. And can you bring up, Dita, can you bring up your left hand at the same time? When you chop? Chop. Okay. 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 Okay, so maybe keep practicing. You guys are doing it, and that's good. But I want you to try to do this. I'll do it in a straight line, not the right direction. Here, and then step, and then, oops, push, and then 1, 2, 3. Try not to have any stopping now. Try to be even and smooth. And if you have trouble with the stepping, I mean, then everything's going to be choppy. So you need to feel just like 1, 2, 3. Bend your knee. Okay. It should try to make your stepping be nice and even and feel natural. And that's hard. We're not used to this kind of stepping. We have it in the hand form mainly just in parry, block, and punch. Okay, so we do it, but we only take 2 steps. This is 3 steps. So we're not used to that, I think. So get the stepping going, and then just try to put the circling around with it. Okay, just put it together. You can do it separately, and you can do it in a choppy way together. Just try to make it smooth. Good, Judy. 2 is good. Okay, so Dita, that's the wrong direction. So Dita, we want to go from the right, stick it out to the right, basically, and then like this, around to the left, counterclockwise, around, okay, and then turn it over, do it again, around, see, around your whole body, your upper body, around, 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 around. Okay, so that's the hands. That's the what the saber is. So that going around your body from this right side, one time around, basically chop. If you guys, you want to, oh, Alan, yes?
I have a question. Every time I do the chop, the flags sort of flip over and land on top of my hand.
Oh, really?
They're not supposed to do that, but I don't know what's.
Huh? Well, let me see you do it. Let me see you do it.
I must be doing something very wrong.
Okay. All right. So it's not when you do the chop exactly. When you go like this, then at this point they're already like wrapped around. They're basically already here. Okay. And then they're going here. So if it were here, when you go like this, see, yeah, see, it could wrap around there accidentally. So here, and then chop. So if you have, okay, if you do this, we have this in the sword. Have you done the sword, Alan? In the sword, we have a tassel, and it's a little bit harder to control. And so part of what we want to do is, so like say this back like this, is we want to pull on the handle, and see, and like see, that makes the silks go forward. Pull, see, pull. So like this, circle, look, circle, circle. So part of it, if it's over here like this and you don't have the right energy and you just go like this, it'll be sort of just laying there still. Okay, just sort of laying. So try to have pulling the sword towards the ring and making some energy there, and this will go in front and fly in front. We kind of want that anyway, and in the sword we do want it especially. We have the tassel. There might even be something in the tassel, maybe sharp or something, and you want that to like be going towards them first. Then they'll go, ugh. Then when your sword comes, right, they feel like they're getting out of the way of the sword, but it's not the sword. It's just this first. And then you cut them because now they can only do one thing, right? They're like, and they cut. But if it was a sword, they maybe would have got out of the way of it. So it's like 1, 2 kind of thing, all right? So try a little bit of make the silks go in a circle and see how you can do that with the pulling down chop, okay? But it has to go together. But pull down chop is the right energy,
Okay, thank you.
okay? Okay, so Dee Dee's got it, the circling now. Okay. All right, so, okay, everybody happy with this? You still have to work on it. We'll still look at it, okay? We'll still look at it next couple of weeks. All right, so that's this movement. That's the review of last week. All right, we'll go on then. This next one is continuation of Fair Lady Work Shuttles. Okay, so Fair Lady Work Shuttles. I'll show it to you first. So we're like this. The second one we do like this. I'll just do one. There's 3 parts we do basically. We come back, and then we push with the edge of the blade. Then we back and turn, and then we step and to the corner and slash. Well, that feels like the end of it. Okay, so there's actually another part, but so we are missing the next part. I'll just show it to you. The next part is you bring your saber in, and you step and you circle to the side and bring it to your hip and thrust up. Okay, but the slash is kind of like the end of one. So here we're missing that part. We start with chopping instead of throwing it up. Okay, we start off here. Yes, here, and normally this would be like the first one, basically. Okay, so we'll look at these 3 parts. We'll look at all 3 parts today anyway, and then we'll be able to put it together. The first part is this pushing part. I'll do it towards you so you can see it. So when we're chopping, we're like this. We want to shift back. The first part, half, is you shift back and you lift the handle and you tilt the saber to be 45 degrees in front of you. Okay, so from here you're going to tilt it up like this, and you're going to drop your left arm, and you're going to touch. Did we talk about where to touch the saber yet? I don't think so. So the saber blade 1/3 from the tip. That's where you touch it. If you're going to push with your hand, did we push already with our hand? I forget. No, we used a wrist. So from here, you touch it there, or we're going to use press, basically. We're going to touch it with the middle of our forearm on that 1/3 line, okay, the point. So from here, we're going to shift back and put it in the middle of our forearm. And now it's across your body diagonally. Okay, my right hand, is a little higher than my shoulder, but it feels like this is sort of centered in front of me. Then I'm going to step back out for a bow stance, and I'm going to push forward. So I'll do it from the side. Push forward. Oh, we did do a thing, right? We did Ichi-yang, right? You were like this, made a big circle, and then we were at the 1/3 point and diagonal, and we pushed. Okay, so it's that same feeling, push, and 2 steps and push, right? Except now on your arm. So this one, once you get to here, it's what it feels like. Push. Only instead of your hand, you're using the back of your arm. Push. Okay. The right arm feels the same. Make it left. Make it even. Make it look the same position. Everything as with using your hand. Only using your arm. Okay. So that's the first part of this. So let's try it. So there's no the footwork is like this. We're going to just bring in our foot and step back out for bow stance. We just shift back, bring in your foot, step, bow stance. Okay? So we do it like this. Back, step, push. Okay? So do it again. Era, you try it. Anyway, I'm going to do it. Back, push. And just like on Ichi-yang, we turned around, we were like this. I'll do this direction. Then we took 2 steps. 1, and then on back, bring our foot and we brought it close to us. Step, push. Okay? So it's just the same, basically, only you're going to use your arm. Okay? It even has this bring your foot in and step back out. All right, so again. Back, push. Okay? Back, push. So the hard part of this one is just to get it at 1/3 point in the middle of your forearm, not on your wrist, okay? And to get it even. So when it's just like with your hand here, it was even. It was like even in front of you, not with the tip out or the handle out. Just across evenly and at a 45-degree angle, not too angled up or too flat. Okay, 45 degrees. So that's it. Okay, so you do it. It basically is very simple. Just have to look at you. Okay, good, Alan. Alan's done it before. You can tell. Okay, Susan's good. Okay. All right, so Dita. So here's the thing. Press. You know what press looks like, right? Press is your arm across you, and you're going to push out. And it's like a bulldozer. It needs to be kind of flat. When you put the saber on it, it needs to be kind of flat. See? Look. You can't have your hand in front. You're going to push, right? There's something there, you're going to push it. Your hand's now going to get squashed in between, you know. So it needs to be, this is the part sticking out, the middle of your arm, okay? So put that out and keep your hand in and push like this, okay? Keep your hand behind the blade, inside of the blade. Good. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, does everybody have it? It's kind of simple. So it's a lot like the other push with the 2 hands, just with your arm. Okay, basically. It still has your arms going forward. When you go forward into your bow stance, your arms go too. Okay, your hands go too. So it's the same together. Okay, so that's the same. All right, so that's easy. That's pretty easy. If you need more time, let me know. We'll put the 3 together. All right, so let's do this. We're having a little trouble here. So let's practice the chop, and then this one. Okay, we'll do them together. So we'll do it like this. We'll circle around and we'll be like this. Okay, we'll just do this part. Chop, then back, push. Okay, we'll start ready to chop. Basically ready to chop. So no, yes. Here and step out for your bow stance. Okay, in the back now. Chop, back, push. Okay. Chop, back, back. Okay, and then push. Okay. Let's do it with the stepping maybe. So I'll do it from this direction. Push to the side, the corner. I'm doing it at a different angle, but so you can see better. Step. 1, 2. No, that's 1, 2, 3. Chop. Back. Push. Okay.
Mike, when we
Yes.
are doing the push, in order to get the
Yeah.
prop upward direction, am I loosening
Yeah.
it at my hand or simply bending more at the wrist? Can I loosen my hand grip a little to make that happen?
Is
I
it
have trouble
uncomfortable?
Well, I have trouble getting it vertical the way it's supposed to be. Partly probably because I have some restriction, but what should I be attempting to do with my right hand holding the saber to make it the proper direction upward with
No,
the
no, no. The
blade?
direction is not upward. It's forward.
Oh, well,
The edge points forward.
but isn't it perpendicular to my arm?
Yes, but you're.
Okay,
It's the same direction as my arm. Okay, my arm is going forward, and this point is going forward. I'm touching it. The edge is pointing forward. We don't want the edge pointing up.
no. So in that correct position, how are you accomplishing it with your right hand on the saber?
I will try it. I don't see there's any. It's not uncomfortable at all. It's almost straight. Look, it's straight. It's this shape. I don't have to do that at all, hardly.
Okay.
So you're
All right,
lifting
maybe
too much somehow. Can I see
maybe
from
I'm
the side? Can you turn
dropping
sideways?
maybe I'm not dropping my elbow enough.
Well, okay, move back more. I cannot see you.
Oh,
Okay.
so I'm here.
Okay, that your edge is pointing up too much. It needs to point
Okay.
forward. So
That better?
your hand has to be more hanging down like this, and not like this. Okay, not this shape.
Okay.
Here. Okay.
Here. Oh, okay. Down. But I still got a really funny angle. Maybe it's my wrist. I'll take a look at some videos but I know that something's not quite right here.
No, your edge is pointing up too much. Yes,
Okay.
it needs to be pointed forward. That's right.
That
Yes.
That's
That's it. So if I sit it I hit my arm level and I sit it, now the blade is standing.
right.
Okay. I'm going to drop my arm. It's going to hang down basically. Now the edge points forward. Okay.
Yes.
Not
Oh.
not up.
But the right side is elevated.
That's right.
Okay.
The handle's higher than the tip. Yes.
Yeah, that changes it. Thank you. Got it.
Okay. Okay, everybody have this pushing? Did you have it? Okay. Okay, so we'll do the next one then. Now, Fair Lady Work Shuttles. So here's the hand form, Fair Lady Work Shuttles. We're at this corner. We go back and turn and back and step to the corner and bow stance. That footwork is the same. Okay, that's the same footwork as the hand form. Dita, you know the hand form, that part, right? Dita? Right, all right. Okay, so here's what we do with the saber. For part, this one, back and turn, don't change anything. everything just stays the same. All right. For the next part, we're going to shift back and step. When we do that, I want you to pick up your hand and come in front of your shoulder like you're going to strike with it. Pick up your hand and come in front of your shoulder. Okay? And do that and step. Okay? Now, I did also extend a little relatively. So here, if I just come back, my right arm is now over here. It was over here. So what I've done is I've stepped, I've left this as much as I can. I lift this up, and I leave my right hand kind of as much as I can in place. So I extend this, okay? I extend my right arm. Then I can make a big swing and strike, okay? So it's like this. I hold it like this, and I turn my body this way, see? But I leave this back. Now, basically, I pulled it back. You know, if you're going to, what we're going to do here is called slashing, okay? And a slash, we did the chop already, chop. The slash is from across your body, above your left shoulder. You're going to bring it a big circle and end up by your hip. Just a big circle. The direction of the handle, pull there. Pull, it goes up first, then down, and by your handle, by your hip, and now it ends about, well, tip up anyway. But here's 45, maybe not 45, but tip up and not level. Okay, so you let the tip. Well, here it's a little bit hanging down. Can you put it back in the green? I don't know what happened. All right, then you're going to pull it up and end up by your hip. Okay, the slash. Well, everybody I think knows what slashing is. So if there's something there and you want to attack it, you know, you could chop at it, hack on it or something. Okay, hack, or you could thrust with your tip into it, try to cut into it, thrust into it. You could try to just use the tip and cut it, you know, and then your blade would keep going. If you chop, it's going to go into the thing, right? It's going to get stuck in it maybe. Or you could slice it. In the saber and the sword we have slicing, and that's to like slicing bread. You put it against the thing and you pull on the handle, and it's sharp, and so it cuts it, makes a cut. Okay, that's slicing. Well, this is slashing. It's part slice and it's part chop. But we don't want to chop and end up in there. We want to go through, cut more into it. So a little chop into it and then slice, okay, basically, okay? So this big circle, because making a circle, if they are not concave, you know, then you're going to cut into it, okay, when you do this. So that's slashing. I think, you know, generally you know what slashing is anyway, okay? So that's what slashing is. So from here, a big circle end up by your hip. Okay, so that's how we end this one. So what we do is the first part is after we push, back and turn, we don't change anything. Then here, we're lifting up our hand and we're stepping away from the saber, and that's making our arm extended so we can make the slash nicely. Then when you go into your bow stance, big circle, strike. Okay. So I want you to have, to try the slash. Let's try the slash by itself. So face me, okay. Just big circle, slash. Keep the tip up, right? Keep this about a 90-degree angle on your holding the saber. Big circle. Okay. So that's different from the chopping. Some people want, what is it, Nancy? Some people want to do chopping, and they're like kind of doing almost like a slashing down, but it ends in front. It's not enough, right? So it needs to go like through it and come out the other side. So the chopping, you don't do it like that's kind of like a slash. It's not our chop, right? So the slash is kind of like people do that other thing wrong. This direction, diagonally slash from your left shoulder up and down. Okay, up and down, and keep the 90-degree angle at your wrist to the saber. Keep the angle. Don't let the tip move around. So yes, it's not a slash. If you go like this and the tip comes out, okay, then that's not a slash either. It needs to stay at this angle. So slash, 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 slash. Okay. And end up by your hip and the tip up. Okay.
And Mike,
Yes.
when we're done, is it perpendicular to our body like this, or is it across our body? I'm assuming it's
Your
not a.
end
It's not,
pointed at the corner, and the tip, the blade points at the corner.
okay, got it.
Right. So if I did this direction, it's like this, and here, and maybe you can't see it, but it's pointing.
Yeah,
forward.
good enough. Yeah,
Your
I just
body
wanted to
points
make sure. Yeah, okay.
You remember, you're going to turn your hand and you're going to bring it up on the inside, okay, and get it ready to strike. Can you see? So you're going to bring it up and get it on the inside. Just keep this on the outside, bring it up, and keep it on the inside. Okay, then like this. Then when you slash, it's like right side slash, then left side strike. Okay, I want you to do them slash strike and not together. A little bit of right and then left. A little bit of space there, but they're still connected. We were doing this yesterday in the third section for something or other. They're connected, but they're not the same, exactly the same time. Oh, that's good. Susan's good. Good. Okay, okay. 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 All right, so let's try to put it together. Those are the pieces. All right. All right. So from this pushing part, back, turn, back, step, slash, strike. Nancy, can you put it back in the grid? I don't understand why you keep changing it.
Because I need to see your whole body.
Again. Back, turn, back and lift your left hand, step, slash. Okay? I'll do it one more time and I'll watch you do it. Back, turn, back and step, slash. Okay? So you do that. You do that whole part of it. On your own. If you can. That's good, Susan. Ellen knows this part already. Okay. So the stepping on this is a little bit hard because it's fair lady stepping. And that might make everything hard. But if you can do the slashing and the striking, if you can do this other part, which is from here to lift your hand, get it on the inside, lift it up, get it in front of your shoulder on the inside, basically. Just keep touching it here on the arm. Then those are the tricky parts, really. What's also tricky is the very first thing after you chop. Come back and get it on your arm. You try to do it when you learn this. I think you get this and it's bouncing. It's bouncing off your arm. You need to get it to come together and not bounce, So that's a little tricky to work that out. So there's a little tricky things in here. All right, so that's this part. Should we finish we'll finish it, why not? Is it too much? No? It's okay. All right, so this is the third part. From here. We do it like this. I'll do it this direction. You bring the sword in and bring your foot in and touch by your wrist. Then, hold on. I'll do it the regular direction. You bring the sword in, and you bring your foot in. We don't touch the floor, but I'm doing slow. Then you step back out. You step out basically towards the corner, but with your foot pointed straight. Okay? So you step towards the corner with your foot pointed straight. That's a change of direction, right? So bring your saber in, step towards the corner with your foot pointed straight, then push forward and turn and make the sword point to the corner. So we're just turning 45 degrees. This is like near the beginning of the form, in a way, okay? After you stand up and come down and push to the side. So this is pushing to the side, and then from there, we're going to bring the sword to our hip. We're going to step out for a bow stance. We're going to make a big circle up and thrust up. So the footwork, I'll do the footwork this direction. The footwork is back, step to the corner, toe pointed straight, shift to the right, step to the left corner for a bow stance, bow stance. Okay, so it's taking, basically it's taking 2 steps. So we're pointed at this corner, and we're going to go to that corner. All right, back, step back, almost the same place, toe up, pointed straight, shift to the right, step to this corner, bow stance. Okay, so from one bow stance to the other bow stance, with going back first. The back is important, well, it doesn't matter. Okay, so that's the footwork. Back, step, pointed straight now, step to the corner, bow stance. So we've changed our footwork 90 degrees. Okay. The hands, the saber, we do like this. So after we've slashed, I'll do it this direction, we're going to bring it in front of us, just swing it in front of us, and touch your wrist. Okay. Then we're going to push forward and turn 45 degrees. The tip will point to the corner. Then this is the interesting part. Now, before you did this before, something like this. Before we thrusted, we were like this, and we went like this, and it was more like, was it higher? Let me think.
You're standing up on one leg.
Yes, yes, but this is also a little higher, like chest height. This one is more like middle of your body height, a little lower. Anyway, then you step and you push forward, and you turn 90. The saber went 90 degrees. Right, 90 degrees. And then this is our direction still. Then we try to keep our elbow out and turn the saber over and bring it, maybe a little circle, bring it to your middle of to your chest, say. Okay. So we made this and kept it high. Okay. Kept it kind of level. This one we're going to do this way. After we turn 45 degrees, we're going to make a little circle. That means back. A little circle back and forward, okay? A little circle here. And turn it over at the same time. Turn it over and get it by your hip. Usually when we thrust, the saber and the sword, we thrust from the hip, okay? So instead of this very first one came straight out from our chest height, sort of like that. But usually from the hip and then usually up. Or straight forward, or even sometimes up and down for the sword. But anyway, from our hip. Okay, because that lets you have this feeling of swinging. You basically swing your arm, swing everything, okay, to get it to work. From here, there isn't any swinging. There's just kind of like exploding feeling out, okay, instead of swinging. All right, so we're going to go in a circle, continue that circle, and turn it over as it comes towards us, and then throw it out. Okay, so try that. Try just that circular part. So if I face, I'll do it in front of me. The real direction will be like here and a little and to the side. But I'm going to turn that way actually. Turn bring it by our hip, and then throw it out and turn back. Turn to the right, bring it by our hip, throw it out. So here's a way to hold a saber if you're not used to this. When you go to throw it out or circle it, if you just hold it the same way all the time, the tip will be pointed down. We want the tip to stay up. Do you feel it? Can you feel it? When you go like this, if you just turn your hand over, here, when it was by our chest, that was easier. That was still fine. It was still pointed fine. But here, you make the circle and you put it by your hip. It's like tilted down or level if I try, okay? I want the tip up. So the way that we're going to do it, we're going to go like this and circle, and then when we turn it over, we're going to take our thumb and we're going to slide our thumb down, and from the side of our thumb, we're going to slide it down and be able to push the handle into towards our little finger. See then I can hold the sword like this, basically, the saber like this. So when I turn it over, I'm going to slide my thumb down and hold it into my palm. It's kind of the edge of my palm, really. But see, then I can hold it up. Yes?
Yeah. So when I bring the sword in, when I circle and bring it in,
Yeah.
is the blade side towards me?
Yes.
Or
When you bring it in, the edge will point towards you.
ouch. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be careful.
So the tricky part is that when you do this circle and turn it over, about here, start sliding your thumb down, and then when you bring it by your hip, your hand's kind of open, okay? And you can use your thumb to keep the tip up. Because here's a rule of thumb type of thing. That's not a pun, exactly. It's not a pun. So for what we want, there's the opponent over here. We want the tip to point at him all the time, basically, okay? So you don't want, so for this, the most we want is cutting like a little cylinder, okay, with the whole blade. A little cylinder, that looks good. That's right. We don't want to like make a cone, okay, and have it point other directions. So we push this guy over here to the side. And now the next guy is over here in the corner. Now the saber points at the corner. We bring it to our hip, still pointing at the corner, and it's going to go up. It points up a little bit. Then we throw it up, okay? It points at him all the time. Make a little cylinder. Don't make a big cone, okay? Besides which you're pointed down, and then that's how you're supposed to throw it up. So, like I said, when you're holding it like this, then we want this feeling of swinging, okay? So if you hold it with your thumb, I'll hold it this way, with your thumb pointed down, then instead of like this, usually your thumb is like this. Slide your thumb down, then you can hold point the tip up, okay? Hold the tip up with your thumb pressure. Now, I don't know if in real life, like really fighting with sabers, that you would want to do that. We're doing this for fun or for, for an art or whatever. But maybe in real life, you maybe want to hold on very tightly and don't play around with your grip. I know in the sword also, we open our hands, we're holding it like this, like holding a paintbrush or something. Maybe you just hold it like that all the time. Maybe you just mainly hack. We have other things that we like to use, and that's like following and sticking and things like that. You just maybe hold on to this a little, more securely, and use those other things and not make it pretty. But for us, we want to look pretty. Then, if I let go, it would look like this kind of thing. But we need to. This sort of loosens it in your hand. This is loosening it in your hand. Then when you throw it up, then you grab it again, okay, tightly, and with your fingertips more, okay. So there's loosening, just like in the sword form. Sometimes you loosen it, sometimes you grab it. It's not just hold it tightly all the time. For the form, I'm not an expert on fighting, so I can't tell you. You can ask Master Yang when you have a seminar how he would fight with it. Okay, so let's try this part. All right. and bring the sword in and touch your wrist. Step out, push forward, then turn, then circle it to your hip. The left hand, I didn't say, from here, when you go to here, drop your left hand down and then ward off up towards the corner. So here and step, it's already started to do the ward off. Then finish the ward off up and thrust. Okay? Yes, the left arm, we have this thing. So I'll do it this regular direction. I'm going to do it this direction. So from here and circle, and when we let go, and you step, when you step, it starts to go down. Master Yang will say down circle. Maybe the English really is circle down. But anyway, down and up. Down and up. Okay? So, you know, Fair Lady Work Shuttles, what do we have? We have our palm up, and we go like forward and up. We don't go down, right? But we go forward and up. This, we're going to go down and up. Okay? Down and up. When we do the sword, we have sword fingers, and we go down and up. Okay? So, not just forward. This, our very first one we did, before the Fair Lady Work Shuttles, we went like this, and we went forward and up. Okay? Which, you know, we're used to that. So this is the first time now, down and up. Down and up towards the direction we're going. All right, so try it again. Back and turn. Bring the saber in, touch it. Step, touch your wrist. Push forward and then turn 45 degrees. Then start turning the sword over and step and circle down. And now it's by your hip. Go in your bow stance, thrust. The tip should be higher than the top of your head. Your hand may be in front of your face. That would be good. And palm up. Palm up. Gita. There you go. Yes. So we turn it over. It's basically flat and palm up. And when you throw it, then you need to get under the ring, your arm under the ring, and have your palm up. This is a little uncomfortable at the beginning, probably. Okay. To turn your hand palm up. Okay. But you'll get used to it. All right. So palm up. Okay. Do it again. Back. Connect to your arm. Step. Push forward. Turn. Then to your hip and step and start circling down. Then circle up with your left hand and thrust. You can see how it is Fair Lady, right? Fair Lady is circle up and come out, right? And with the hand form, it's circle up and strike, and this is circle and thrust. Okay, circle up and thrust. So that's Fair Lady. Okay, is that pretty simple? Simpler than the second one, maybe. I think. Can you do it? Let me see you do it.
Mike, what am I aiming at the thrust? What's the target?
I think, you know, I think it's their head, but their head is hard in a lot of places. So
Yeah.
maybe it would be into their throat. I'm not really sure. The throat seems like if you got under their chin somehow, it would go through, and that would be good. You know, that'd be pretty good for you.
Okay.
And then maybe your blade would come out the back of their head or something. I think if you try to hit them in the forehead or something, I don't know exactly. I'm sorry. We have, you know, in the journal, we have a description of this. I think the saber and the sword and the hand form. If you look through the journals, and we'll see what it says there. I'm not totally positive, but anyway, it's the head somehow. Okay, it's somewhere on their head. It's not to go above their head and fake them out or anything. It's going to skewer their head, okay? But it could be their eyes. Their eyes seem like a small target. I don't think hitting in the cheek is doing any good. I don't know. Okay, let me see you do it. Probably would trigger. You go outside.
So Mike, when you do it, how high is the tip maybe in the end relative to the top of your head?
Well, when you do it, I want you to basically have this geometry. I want you to step, and I want it from your hip. I want you to throw it up and have it be in one line with your arm. I want your hand probably to be about your own face height. Okay. So
Okay, thanks.
the tip
Thanks.
is higher than your head.
So
Not your head.
yeah, so it's going to be maybe a head higher than you at its tip.
Yeah, but you know the tip has already gone through something, so.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's like, yeah, I get that. It's quite the image.
So it's not that the target is up there. The target is your own hand height, probably.
Right. I mean, to have any ability or force, you've got to connect fairly soon.
Maybe.
I mean, it's not going to help you if you connect right at the end unless you're
Yeah,
just
no,
poking
that's
their
right.
eyes out, right? You want to go through them.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
You're making it so gory.
My
It's an art.
my ancestor was Edward the First of England, and sometimes it just comes out.
Mike, when
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying about down, circle before up, but I
Yeah.
don't know where I'm starting from that I can go down. So after I turn it, what's this left hand, where is it so that then can go down?
When you push forward, you're like this and turn, okay? Okay, now you're going to step. When you
Uh-huh.
step, that's when you circle to your hip. That's when your hand goes down.
Oh, it goes down. Okay.
That's when you go down.
Okay.
Okay, circle down.
Oh.
So now this is like as far as you can go, kind of. Then circle it and step, thrust.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay, we're running out of time. Let's put these three pieces together. We'll do it a few times, and then we'll go over it again. We're going to go over it anyway, okay? So, so let's start. Where are we? What's our direction, Nancy? This direction? I think. Let's start from here. Yes, we'll start from here. Look and push. Step, that's 1. Circle, 2. Step, 3. Chop. Then back, touch it on your arm. Step, push. Then back and turn. Back and step and lift your hand. Slash and strike. Then the thrusting part. Back and connect to your wrist. Oops. Bring your foot in and step back out. Push forward and then turn 45 degrees, point at the corner. Then bring your hip and step and circle down. And then bow stance and thrust out. Okay, again. Look and push. Oops. Then 1, step. 2, step. 3, step. Chop. Then back, push. Back and turn. Back and step. Slash, strike. Then back and connect and step. Push forward and turn to your hip and step. Thrust. Okay, one more time and then I'll watch you do it a couple times. look and push. 1 step, turn your hand over. 2 step, 3 step, chop. Back and push. Back and turn. Back, lift your left hand, step, slash and strike. Then back and swing up the sword and step. Push forward and turn 45 degrees. Step and circle down, bring it to your hip. Thrust to the corner. Bow stance. Okay? What do you think? That is kind of a lot for 1 week, you know, with Zoom. In person, it's still a lot, but we get it done usually. And usually everybody, you know, is doing it, and then you have your your cohort there doing it at the same time. There's people to look at while you're doing it, and I could be walking around. Usually I'm walking around, and if Ed's there, Ed's looking at people too, and you know, so it takes 2 people to try to keep it going. So it's a little bit difficult, but do you want to do it a couple times and me watch you, or you had enough? Yes? Is that enough? Well, do it 1 time anyway on your own. Make sure you can practice. The video will be up, and so you can look at the video if you have to. Okay? All right. So push to the corner. On your own then. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's okay, Dita. So I'm gonna put the video up and take a look at the video again and play around, try it, okay? Work on it some more, and we'll come back and we'll redo it next week. We'll go over it again anyway, okay? But yeah, I ran long today. I'm sorry, but still, extra long. Maybe I put this into 2 weeks usually. Maybe it's not just a 1 week thing. I went too far probably. So do what you can do, okay? If you can do just the first two parts, that's fine. We'll review it again next week. All right, so we'll stop here. All right, Nancy tilted. All right, so thanks very much. Have a good weekend. Any announcements, Nancy? I think Ed's going to be leading the practice tomorrow at 2. All right, maybe see you there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.